This is section 1.4 covering polynomials. We're going to go back and actually start with what we call algebraic expressions. And these are kind of the basic unit that we work with when we are doing algebra. So an algebraic expression combines three things, the building blocks of algebra: number, an operation, all right, and operation, by that we just mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent. And the third piece that goes into an algebraic expression is variable. Okay, so if we look at some examples of algebraic expression, we've got 2 times x squared, something like 3a plus 4b, 3x minus 1 over square root of 2x. Those would all be expressions that combine numbers and operations and variables. We want to look at a specific type of algebraic expression called a monomial. It has the form of ax to the n, where a equals a real number and we call it a coefficient. All right, so it's kind of a term to know the definition of. Okay, so it is the number, the real number multiplied out in front of a variable. In this case, that variable is x. Okay, so then the next piece, x is the variable. The next piece then is n, and n has to be a positive integer. Okay, so now we're talking about this specific type of algebraic expression, the monomial. So it's required that n be a positive integer, and that has a specific term that refers to it, and that is the degree of the monomial. Obviously, it's an exponent too, but when it's on a monomial, we call it the degree of the monomial. Okay, so examples of a monomial. Well, that first one we had up above, 2x squared, that counts as a monomial. We could have 4y to the 5th, right? We don't have to have just x. Another example is we could have 3/5 a cubed b squared. That would count as a monomial. We can actually have two variables in there. Okay, and notice that our coefficient doesn't have to be an integer. Okay, in that case we have that rational number, 3/5 is the coefficient, and that works fine for a monomial. Okay, let's look at some non-examples just so we kind of get a sense of what isn't a monomial, what doesn't fit that definition. Let's say we had 2x to the negative 2. All right, we have a negative exponent, so that's not a monomial. Or let's say we've got 3x to the 1/2. Well, that exponent is not an integer, it's a rational number, it's a fraction, so that is not a monomial. Okay, now let's look at a polynomial. Polynomial combines monomials with addition and subtraction. So, for example, 3x to the 4th minus 1/2 x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 12. That is an example of a polynomial. All right, some more definitions is each monomial individually is called a term. All right, easier to say than monomial, so we'll just use that term instead of, we'll just use that word term instead of monomial. So 3x to the fourth would be the fourth degree term of that polynomial. The x squared would be the squared term, and the 12 would be the constant term. Okay. Okay, next thing is typically we write the terms with descending degree. So the polynomial example that I gave is written in that way. Okay, and if they are, then that helps with the next definition. The leading coefficient is the coefficient on the term with the highest degree. Okay, so, sorry, it takes a long time to write out. If we have got something like 5x squared minus 6x to the fourth plus 10x cubed minus x plus 1. The leading coefficient here is we want to look for the term that has the highest degree. Okay, so the highest degree is 4. So the leading coefficient, I'll abbreviate here, is -6. Okay, so it's this polynomial is not written in descending degree. So to answer that question, we want to pick out the term with the highest degree, not necessarily the first one. Okay, so then we say that the degree of the polynomial, all right, so each term has a degree, and the polynomial has a degree, and that's the highest of the term degrees. So this example that I gave is the degree is 4. Okay, so the degree of the polynomial is 4. It's the highest degree of all of those terms. Okay, so now we're going to do operations with polynomials. So starting off with adding and subtracting. Okay, what we want to do in adding and subtracting is combine terms that have the same degree. Or another way to say that is we're going to combine like terms. So like terms are ones that have the same degree. Okay, so let's look at an example. Let's take x squared, or x cubed plus 2x squared minus 1, and add to that another polynomial, x squared minus 5x plus 3. Okay, so we're going to combine, we're going to add these two polynomials together to form one single polynomial. And something we want to keep in mind, it's written in its simplest form if we have terms, only one term of a given degree. So let's start off with the highest degree. So we've got an x cubed. Well, there's nothing to combine that with, so that just is going to stay as x cubed. Now, the x squared term, we have a 2x squared and an x squared. So we can combine those two terms. We have 2x squared plus 1x squared. All right, it doesn't have a coefficient showing up, so that implies that coefficient is 1. So to combine those, we add the coefficients. And so we end up with 3x squared. Okay, then we move to the x term, and we have a minus 5x. The first polynomial has no x term, so it's just going to be a minus 5x. And then we combine the constant, all right, the term with no variable, the term that stays the same no matter what the variable value is. And so combining those, negative 1 plus 3, you get a plus 2. Okay, so that's the result when we add those two polynomials together. We're just combining terms with like degree, and we do that by adding the coefficients. Okay, now subtraction is going to be the same as addition. We just have to just be careful of the negative sign. So let's look at this example. 2x squared plus x is one polynomial minus, in parentheses, 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay, so going through and combining like terms, we've got a 2x squared and a 3x squared, but there we have the minus in between. So we're going to take 2 minus 3, so that's a negative 1. So that's going to result in a negative 1x squared or a negative x squared. And then for the x terms, we've got x and a 2x, but again, we're subtracting. So it's x minus 2x, so that's going to give us a minus x. All right, we have just a constant term on the polynomial that we're subtracting. Okay, so we've got a minus 1. So minus a negative is going to give us a plus, so we're going to end up with plus 1. Let's do another example with subtraction. All right, let's take x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. That polynomial, and subtract 2x cubed plus x minus 4. Okay, we've got our x cubed terms. We have it can assume that we've got a 1 for our coefficient here, so 1 minus 2 is going to be a negative 1, so we get a negative x cubed. And the x squared terms, we only have just the minus 2x squared. There's not an x squared term in the second polynomial, so that's just a minus 2x squared. And the x term, we have a plus 3x and an x. So 3x minus x is going to result in a plus 2x. Now combining the constant terms, we're going to have negative 5 minus a negative 4. Well, minus a negative is plus, so that becomes negative 5 plus 4, and our new constant after combining is minus 1. Okay, let's look at multiplying polynomials. So we're going to start with if we're multiplying two binomials. Okay, a binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So for example, if we have got 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. Okay, both of those polynomials have two terms, so they're both binomials. If we have two binomials, then we can use that method that gets referred to as FOIL, which stands for first, outer, inner, last. So it only works if you have two binomials. So the first term, all right, we're going to take the first term of both. So 2x times x. So we get 2, and then the x times x, we're going to add the exponents on each of those. So 1 plus 1 is going to be a 2. And then the O stands for the outer. So the outer terms would be the 2x and the minus 3. We want to remember we keep that negative in there, so that's going to be a negative 6x. And the I stands for inner. So the inner term, that's the 1 and the x, so we get plus x. And the L stands for last, so the last term, that's going to be the 1 and the negative 3. Again, we want to remember to use that negative 3. Okay, so using FOIL makes it so that we multiply all of the terms in the first polynomial by all the terms in the second polynomial, which is sort of the general rule for multiplying polynomials. Now we want to combine like terms. So we only have one x squared term, so we get 2x squared. We can combine those inner two terms and get negative 5x, and then minus 3. Okay, now let's look at the case where we don't have binomials. So we'll take, well, this one is a binomial, 2x squared minus 1, where we'll multiply that by a trinomial, which is a polynomial with 3 terms. And here, FOIL doesn't work because we've got 3 terms in that second polynomial. So the rule is we want to multiply both terms in the first polynomial by all the terms in the second. So we can just be kind of systematic about this. So if we start off with the first term, the 2x squared, and multiply it by the first term in the second polynomial. So here we're going to multiply the coefficients, so we get 6, and then multiply the x squareds. So remember, when you're multiplying variables with exponents, you add those, so we get 6x to the 4th. Okay, now we're going to stay with that 2x squared from the first polynomial, and now we multiply it by the next term in the second polynomial. So we get 2 times 1, so that's 2, x squared times x, we get x cubed. And now we're, again, going to stick with that 2x squared. Now we multiply it by the minus 5. We get a minus 10x squared. So we're done with that 2x squared. We've multiplied that term by all of the terms in the second polynomial. So now we go to the negative 1. So negative 1 times the 3x squared, we get a minus 3x squared. And negative 1 times the x, we get a minus x. And negative 1 times negative 5, we get positive 5. Negative times negative is going to give us a positive. So there's all the terms. We want to combine the like ones. We've got 6x to the 4th, nothing to combine that with. And plus 2x cubed, nothing to combine that with. We've got 2x squared terms, so that's going to be a minus 13x squared minus x plus 5. Okay, let's look at another example of multiplying polynomials. Let's say we've got 5x plus 2, and that's squared. Okay, now this is because we have this entire quantity squared. Remember, the exponent says that we're going to take that quantity and multiply it by itself the number of times as the exponent is. So that's actually 5x plus 2 times 5x plus 2. Okay, so we have 2 binomials here, so we can use FOIL. So we take 5x times 5x, we get 25x squared. We do the outer 5x plus 2, so we get plus 10x. And we do the inner, we get 2 times 5x, we get plus 10x. And we do the last, 2 times 2, we get plus 4. So combining those like terms, we get 25x squared plus 20x plus 4. Okay, another thing we can encounter when we are multiplying polynomials is if we have a monomial out in front. Let's say we have 3a squared out in front of another polynomial. So let's say we've got 4a squared minus 2a plus 3. Okay, so we can think of that monomial out in front as a polynomial with a single term. So we're going to go through and just distribute or multiply that 3a squared by each of those terms separately. So we'll start with 3a squared times 4a squared. So we multiply the coefficients and get 12. A squared times a squared, we're adding those coefficients, or I'm sorry, we're adding those exponents. So we get exponent of 4. And then 3a squared times a negative 2a, we get a minus 6a to the 3rd, right? We're adding those exponents. And then 3a squared times 3, we get plus 9a squared. All right, so we would combine any like terms, which we don't have in this case.